Energy, ooh. Energy, ooh. Listen, I gotta breathe in, breathe out. I always get nervous before I do lessons. I don't know why. I'm trying to get over that. Okay. So, hey, you guys, it's your boy, it's your girl. It's 9 up in the 90s. I need to comb my hair. Y'all, comment down below, let me know who do locks. Because I'm coming straight at you. I'm coming straight to your front door. I'm ready now, for real. For real. Anyhow, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Listen, so I just had, something that I wanted to really talk about. It's something that I've been channeling for a while. A little while. And I wrote some notes down. So I'm going to brief over the notes as I always do. And then, yeah, we're going to take it from there. So hopefully I have enough time, you guys, and I don't have to do a part 2. But, and again, I'm not going to make this too long or drawn out. But, just follow me. Just follow me. Okay, so we're going to discuss astrocartography today. We're going to discuss that and how I feel as though this is something within not only the astrological community, but along with the indigenous community, At least I know how much time we have. It's something that I really feel like we should be utilizing. Astrology in itself. I feel like that Black people need to be getting a lot more into it, as well as astrocartography. So I'm going to discuss what astrocartography is. And then, tell y'all that part. Okay, so what is astrocartography? Astrocartography is known as relocation astrology, meaning that it shows how improved, how better or worse your quality of life becomes. So if you were to move to a new city or state or country, even, let me see. Hold on a second. So relocation astrology basically shows how improved, how better or worse your quality of life becomes after you've moved from where you were born to another, state or a country. Okay. And then the chart, it's basically like a natal chart or a birth chart, if y'all have heard of that. A birth chart reading, it's just about your astrological lines or ley lines. Something like that. Okay, cool. So it is natal based. It's based on your birth chart. There are certain energy points that do or do not benefit you geographically, okay? and this is known as astrocartography, basically. So I wanted to kind of focus on the zenith lines in astrocartography. Your zenith. Sometimes I talk on my tongue. It's kind of hard to say that. Zenith. Your zenith line is the point of origin. Okay, so let me see, hold on. Oh, I go more into your zenith line, within the notes, okay? So follow me. All right, so Black people should learn this in order to locate their zenith lines, okay? This zenith line, depending upon which planetary position is there, is where that energy will be felt the most. We should all, as indigenous natives, travel to these places throughout the year in order to shift the ley lines, okay, and raise our kundalinis. This is what I channeled. So your zenith line is based off your natal chart. So wherever you were born, it shows, like, if you have, say, like, your Mercury line could like, even if, like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. Okay, so for instance, if you was born in, like, Portland, Oregon, just throw a random city and state out there. But if you was born in Portland, Oregon, okay, your zenith line may be, like, let's say Saturn, or maybe Venus. Okay, and so if you move, whether it's through traveling, whether it's through short commutes or long distance travel, those energy points change, okay? And it could be for better or for worse, depending upon your birth chart, okay? I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, cool. So I also wrote that staying stagnant in one place keeps your energy in that location, and it doesn't help to unlock our so-called, what we've been taught as being junk DNA, okay? So what I channel is that I feel it's of the utmost importance for Black people to travel more, to get out into nature and things like that, because we need to be able to shift the lines within, you know, there's like an invisible force field that we can't see within the atmosphere or the stratosphere, you know what I'm saying? And when you move, whether it's through short commute, whether it be to school, to work, you know, an hour away out of the city or whatever, to the country, you know, or from the country to the city, you know what I'm saying? If you live in the country, things like that, or whether it's to another country, a literal country, you know what I'm saying, whether you go from the United States to visit Jamaica or something like that, it switches the energy fields within the sky, basically. And so I feel as though the more indigenous people do this, you know, I feel like that we're the higher vibratory beings of this planet. So when we do that, it could potentially unlock certain, you know, knowledges within us that help us to ascend, you know what I'm saying? Because again, as I always say on my channel, we're about ascension, you know, and moving forward, okay? So I really do feel like that the more that we literally move our energies, you know what I'm saying, it's always going to be beneficial, even if it's so-called, I guess, a negative experience or something like that, you know, everything is always for our benefit, okay? So yeah. All right, cool. So then I wrote, quote unquote, I don't even like saying that, but white people, I guess, you know, Caucasian people, whatever, travel and go on vacations for this reason, okay? And I feel like that, and this is what I channeled, they have been knowing about different ways to shift the paradigms as well. Oh, as we all carry a certain energetic frequency, and dependent on your astrological location, we can activate and access other energies when we relocate, okay? Reiterating what I basically just said, all right? Now, this is why we get along with certain people or groups, but not others, all right? Again, this is like, it can happen within your daily lives, you know? When you literally move from one place to another, you can feel it within your home. Sometimes you can go from one area of your home to a next, and you might enjoy your bedroom more than your living room because it just feels better, you know, like that type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Again, moving the energy, okay? Moving the energy around. That's why feng shui is so important, you know, like keeping your house clean, you know, cleaning, doing a floor wash, and, you know, using different type of spiritual cleanses and things like that to cleanse your home and, you know, yourself, your body, your temple, you know, your actual altar, you know what I'm saying, your physical being, you know. Okay, so I feel, that's what I was saying, I feel like that this can possibly, you know, be connotated with why we get along with certain people and not others, you know. Their energy don't jig with yours, you know what I'm saying? Your energy that's like either opposing fields or they're like neutralizing, and this has to do with like conjunctions and sextiles, trines, and things like that, in oppositions within astrology, okay? The different aspects, okay? Cool. So I feel like this is why we literally feel better when we travel when we travel to the tropics, okay? So like Latin America, South America, you know, Jamaica and things like that. This is why I feel like, this is why we feel so good when we go back down there. Y'all catch it? When we go back down there, no. When we go back there, seriously though, you know, to the islands. Yeah. A lot of our indigenous roots, okay, and points of origin are where these zenith lines are. Now let me stress on that, okay? I want to make a point with that. My personal lines, and I have seen other people's lines that I have just studied and things like that, their zenith lines, I've noticed that a lot of people say that in astrocartography their lines are in the ocean, and that's because the land masses are still beneath the ocean. You get me? So I do feel like that even flying past those points, you know, a lot of our zenith lines or points of origin are in the Bermuda Triangle and things like that. Okay, cool. So there's a guy named Rashad Jamal. Y'all go check him out on YouTube. He has a video about the Bermuda Triangle and what it really is, and the fact that it's like a pyramid or something like that he said, that's like, you know, it activates us in the Americas, because that's basically where we are from. And I actually am connotating that right now. I'm channeling, downloading that is the motherboard. That is Mother Earth. I made a video about being Puerto Riqueño, you feel me, Taino, Latinos, the blacks, the African Americans are really Latinos, are Italiano, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that's the reason why we are so attracted to water in coastal areas and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. I did say that a lot of our indigenous roots and points of origin are where these zenith lines will be felt the most: in the Bermuda, the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean, okay? And I wrote, the closer we are to those locations, the more we as a culture have access to our powers, all right? Our junk DNA, you know? Make sure y'all go check out those videos about Rashad Jamal, about the Bermuda Triangle, as well as my video about our black people, the real Latinos, okay? It's some definite, vital, you know, good channels and downloads and information in those videos, okay, you guys? All right, cool. So I wrote down, just like the birds instinctively know when to travel south, we have to ask ourselves, why do birds travel south or follow the sun in warm weather, okay? We literally have to find our native, I guess what you would call Indian tribes, our native, you know, land. Okay, that's another reason why it's important to travel, because a lot of us, where we were born originally, we end up staying there, and it does nothing for, you know, your existence or your being here on this earth. You're supposed to travel. You're supposed to, you know, we're nomads, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us are, you know, gypsies, you know, we're travelers, okay? Literally, you know, we're not humans, you know what I'm saying? Not in the aspect of like just, you know, I guess regular degular, you know what I'm saying? We're, you know, aliens in this motherfucker, okay? So we have to travel, okay? We have to get out and do some things, all right? Okay, so what else did I say? A lot of us are actually on foreign land, and we know that. That's another reason why I feel like that a lot of us are attracted to other countries, or we have nostalgia about, you know, places that our soul feels called to, okay? Places that we feel are more resonating with us in the spiritual aspect than where we are originally from, which is why a lot of us are in actuality moving, you know, which is amazing, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so a lot of us are on foreign land, which is why we literally don't fit in or belong, okay? Our ancestors are located in different regions than the ones we were born in into this lifetime, all right? And I feel like that might be another reason why we feel portal cold, is because our ancestors are literally pulling us or calling us to that place, you know? That's amazing. I just channeled that. That made me feel like, yeah. When I channel things and I feel like I said it right, I feel like, yeah. yeah. Say that shit. Okay. Okay, in order to see the shift happen, we must shift. Literally, we must physically shift, okay? Physically, which will trigger us chemically, okay, the chemicals within our bodies, okay, which then expands us mentally and raises the vibration of the plane, okay, this planet, all right, in the collective consciousness, okay? So I feel like that this is another reason why a lot of us are moving to Atlanta and things like that, you know. That's something that Rashad Jamal talked about as well. He talked about a lot of our leaders. I believe Dane Calloway, he's another young black man that talks about things such as, like, you know, our roots as a culture, you know, as so-called African American people and things like that. It's quite a few of not younger, but, you know, us 90s kids, you know what I'm saying, 80s babies that are enlightening folk, you know, and they just so happen to have talked about Atlanta being the port, you know, where a lot of us are originally from, you know. So I was just making the kind of